Hey friends, it's Kelly with Kelly Crafts It All. Alright, let's try this again. I don't know what is up with my phone, but it keeps shutting off. I get like 5 or 7 minutes in and then it shuts off. I've gone through, I've cleaned my phone out, and I don't understand. But anyhow, I was in the middle of doing the tutorial and it shut off. But anyhow, let me get this back together and I will show you what we're making today. Okay. So I thought I'd bring this tutorial along and show you. Don't mind that this is hanging out. I just threw it in there real quick. We're going to make a mask holder or a mask card or, you know, something, whatever you want to call it. But when you open this, it holds a mask. Now I've got a handmade mask in here, but they will hold the store-bought mask. And you can just put them in there like so and close this up and put that on there. And you can send this in the mail, do it swaps, craft fairs, you know, whatever you'd like to do. But anyhow, this is not my original idea. There's several of them now, but I guess when it first came out, I think Fannystamp Scrapin, I think she's from France. Her tutorial's in French. And she did one, and then Rachel Tussman, who's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for the U.S., she kind of revised it and did it in English and did measurements. But I revised it again because I was just I didn't really like the way it was set up. For one, they took the masks out of the packages and just put the mask in there by itself. I know they're not sterile or anything, but, you know, come on, it's fungalitis. I really would like my mask in the packaging. You know, like if you're going to send a fabric mask, somebody could easily wash that before they used it. This you can't. And then if you're shipping it in the mail, and you know, you'll get a hole in the envelope or something, and all that dirt and dust is flying in. You know, to me it was kind of silly. And also they cut a punch out of the side. They cut like a half circle, and then they had this, you know, out of the package, and they put it down in there, and then fold this, and then use the elastic from the ear part, and they would pull it, twist it, and wrap it around the card. Excuse me, guys, my allergies are acting up. We're supposed to get a little bit of rain today, so when the pressure changes, my sinuses change. I didn't like the fact that you're, you know, stretching them out. For me, these fit too big. I either have to twist it and put it around my ears, or I have to have one of those, you know, the ear savers, so that I can hook it around and make it smaller. Because the kid ones fit great from my ear to my ear, but they fall short from my nose to my chin. They're a little narrow. But, yeah, I just didn't like the fact that you were stretching out the ear things and that it wasn't protected in any packaging. I mean, if you wanted to take one out and put it in its own bag and do it, maybe. But you buy them like this, and why would I want... It just kind of feels icky to me to have somebody take this out, put it in a card and send it in the mail, or have it at craft fairs where people are opening it and touching them and going, oh yeah, and it's exposed. So I like it in its own packaging. So let's get started on this. So how are we going to do this? We are going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 8.5 by 9. So us 9.5 by 11, or 8.5 by 11 paper people that I love to keep a lot in stock, and you're just going to take your 11-inch side and cut it down to 9.5. Now I'd already scored this and then found out I stopped recording, so that's why you'll see score marks. Okay, we're going to start on the 9.5-inch side, and we're going to score at 4 5/8. And if you're new to scoreboards, this is my Martha Stewart scoreboard, and yes, it's been loved very well. I've had this for years and years. And I don't believe they make them anymore. But anyhow, most scoreboards are measured in 8. So you're going to look for your 4 and you're going to count over 5. And that will bring you here, and you're going to make a score line all the way down. Then we're going to go to 4 7/8, which is usually the tick mark before the 5. Or you count over 7/8 and score all the way down. Now we're going to turn this, doesn't matter which way. I'm going to turn mine to my 8.5 inch side, and at 3 1/4, I'm going to score all the way down. Okay, that is it for scoring. Now, if you have a paper trimmer and you want to cut your middle out with that, you can, or, you know, you can just use scissors. And I'm just going to cut up to that first score line on the bottom part of this, because if you fold this up, it's going to be on the shorter side. Now, if you want to go ahead and pre-fold yours, you can do that as well before you cut. I'm just going to fold on your score lines, and if you like to burnish yours, you can with a bone folder. Go. Okay, and now we're going to cut up to that first score line. So we're going to cut right on that line on the, and we're going to cut out that long rectangle. Take that little rectangle, and then I like to just bend mine backwards, get it out of my way, and then I like to snip that off, just like so. And throw that away, we don't need that anymore. So now when we fold this up, it's going to look like this. Now you can leave yours like this. This is just fine. If you don't want to cut the angles in it, you don't have to. You can leave yours just like so. But if you would like to do the angle cuts, I go ahead and I like to fold mine up so I know I'm on the right side of it. And I'm just going to get my scoreboard back out. And I like to, this is going to be at 4.5. So I like to measure a 1/2 inch in. So mine would be at 4. And then I could just move that to 5 and measure over 5.5. Or you can do it the more simple way and just match those up. And I'm going to cut from, if you're holding this, it's going to be on your right hand side, 1/2 inch up to the top there. Now if you want to put yours in a paper trimmer, you can, or if you're going to be like me, I'm just going to freehand it. That probably wasn't the straightest of cuts, but it'll do. And my long scissors that I have, they usually cut with her in my scrap, or in my the other room. So, alright, now fold that to right, there we go. So that's how we have that, okay? Alright. And then if you want to, you know, go in here, I'm going to erase that pencil here. And that's all there is to it. And now it's just left up for you to decorate. And I'm going to use this paper. And usually what I do is I just kind of, you know, get that tucked in there. And then I'll just lay this up here and leave myself a border. If you want to layer it up and, you know, use different colors, you all know how to decorate that. So if you wanted to cut, you know, another one for your back, you could do that, but I cut mine just a bit short, but I'm going to use it anyway. I'll just put this on the back side. Okay, so then if you want to, you know, or, you know, if you're going to come in here and, you know, decorate your other side, you'll need another one that's from the inside. I have glitter on my desk. I was glittering things yesterday, and I wiped it off with a towel and alcohol and everything, but it just is acting silly. And then if you want to decorate your little flaps, you can do that as well. And I think I have that Okay. 4 3/8. Okay, now I did write these measurements down, so these should be about 4 3/8 by 5. And this would be 4 3/8 by 3. Have that done. And I'm going to lay it in there how I make sure it's fitting good. It fits really good. And then you're going to measure in a 1/2 inch from the cut side. Remember, we have the angle. So on this piece, we're going to measure in a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to turn mine this way because it's easier. Oh, the puppy's awake. Well, he's not a puppy anymore. He's about, oh, I don't know, almost 3, I think. And when you're going, like, I marked mine on the back so it was easier. So I'm just going to mirror mine together. And I'm going to cut from that pencil mark to the tip. Alright, so I've cut mine. And I'm going to put mine on here like so. And if you don't like it, come back and recut your paper. And like I said, I'm trying to do this quick for you so we can get it done. Okay. And then I just open it up. Well, my glue's oozing everywhere. Oh, I could have cut that just a bit shorter. Get rid of my pencil mark. Well, I guess maybe it's not a pencil mark. Sometimes with these papers, it's hard to tell if you got a pencil mark or if it's part of the design. And then we have our back here. Now see, I cut that one. Cut that one a little too short. But it'll be alright. Let's go on the inside. I need a piece of elastic as well. And you can have, you know, mine's just white elastic, but you can buy colored elastic if you want it to match. If you're making a, you know, bunch of the same kind or same, you know, in that color scheme, and you like one all pink or yellow or green, whatever. I just have the white, so I'm just using that. And you'll do yours a lot neater than I'm doing mine. And we'll flip those up. There we go, just finish that down. Okay, so now we need to put a hole in the middle of our holder here. And you can either use like a piercing tool. If you have the crocodile and it'll fit down in there, you can do that as well. I'm just going to eyeball mine center-ish. Doesn't even have to be right at center. You know, I'm just gonna my pokey tool there, and I'm gonna run that through. Now, if you want to get real fancy and put something along your spine, make sure you do that first before you poke your hole. I'm just gonna make that a little bigger. And I'm gonna get my elastic here. I've got a piece here. And what I do is I just kind of like, because you want it a little snug, but not so snug that it's buckle in your paper. And make sure I need to leave enough for me to tie a knot. And that feels good about right there. I'm just gonna put my thumb there and tie myself a little knot. Cut the end off. And you're gonna get that elastic. I'm going to take it from the inside and the loop part, not the knot. Leave your knot on the other end there. Make your loop. And then you're going to try to poke that loop through that hole. So sometimes if the hole's not quite big enough, I'll even take my pencil after I use something else, or if you want to use your pencil, and I'll just kind of go in there and make it a little bit bigger. Now if you have the thinner elastic, this might, fit. And we can always try to poke it through the hole. And when I'm not on camera, this goes pretty quick. And that wasn't too bad. Okay, we have our knot, and there's that. And you can decorate it, however you want to decorate yours. I had a piece over here to decorate with. There we go. And I just have this here, and I just put some foam tape. That, and then you could decorate it up as much as you want, or as little as you want, because if you're doing them for craft fairs, or if it's a card, they may keep it. If you want to use, like, put one of these blank, do maybe a solid cardstock in orange or something, or just leave it the cardstock itself to write a message, you can do that. And now you can include your handmade mask if you need mask tutorials. They're all over YouTube. Crafty Crafts by Dina. She has tutorials over on her channel. I'll link her channel. I'll link her latest mask video. And my elastic was a little snug. It's kind of crushing, but it's okay. And that's all there is to it. If you want to, send that as a card in the mail, it fits that. It will fit these. And the packaging that I'm using for my masks are, I couldn't find, need like a 3 by 11 inch bag. And you can order them online. I've seen them. But I just been using the loot bags that you get at Dollar Tree. I'll try to put a picture up in to show you what they look like, because I don't have my packaging. But I believe these, I don't remember the measurements. They're 11. I got 11.5 by 5, I think. Yeah, by 5. And they're gusseted. So I just didn't open the gusset all the way. I just kind of opened it a little bit and then tucked my mask in there, and then I just kind of folded my bag around it and taped it. So yeah, it's not the prettiest packaging, but it's what I had, and that's what I'm going to use. And then, like I said, you can either use these kind, or you can make a handmade one and use that. So there you go. There's a little holder if you want to send a gift in the mail. You can use that. It's pretty flat. It might have to go as first-rate mail. They will let you know at the post office when you put it in the envelope. You'll just ask them how you have to send this, because they have this little card and there's a little slot. And when I was mailing these out, this thickness is about the same as this card. And I had to send these flat rate, which cost me $5 a piece or more, depending on where they were even going or whatever. Because it didn't fit through the little slot. It was cardboard template, and it's, I mean, it's about this went through, but it kind of hung up. And then, so they got me for first class mail instead of just, you know, standard postage. So, you know, to each their own. You know, if you're going to hand them out, that'd even be better. So, there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. I have another tutorial coming up that I'll do, and then I'll post it maybe next week or later this week. Since this is Monday, maybe I'll post it Wednesday or Thursday. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here so you can go make yourself some mask holders and use them for fall or Halloween or Christmas, birthday. You want to send a homemade mask or something in the mail. There you go. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. You take care. Stay safe out there. Remember, I love each and every one of you. Hit that like and subscribe. It helps my channel to grow. And if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and join my crafty family. If you are a subscriber, I thank you so much for all your wonderful support and kind comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, folks. Bye.